there, partner.
Oh,
Jimmy Riley.
we are back. Josh Landers. What the hell is up, my friend? How are you doing?
Good man, not much. Just want to dedicate this episode before we even get started to baby Jesus. So cute.
Wow.
Sitting there,
6 pound, 8 ounce, little baby Jesus.
6 pounds, 8 ounces, can't even speak. I like to think of Jesus as a baby. I know others like to think about Jesus wearing like a tuxedo t-shirt because it's like, I'm serious, but I'm here to party.
Jesus was a man. He had a beard.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Jim.
Merry Christmas. I think we made it to Hanukkah a little bit, but if I didn't say Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. And let's get off onto a good start. What have you been up to, my brother? 2 weeks. You stayed in San Diego.
I did, man. I missed out on all the festivities back home. I've turned into just a Thanksgiving guy for the home for the holidays.
Now,
I don't know.
Does that seem like a more important holiday, Thanksgiving? Because
for me personally, yes.
Right.
The two can't miss holidays is probably Thanksgiving and Passover.
Ooh, Passover. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like obviously I know Passover's not your guys' Christmas, but I feel like that's what you could equate that to in terms of like importance. Like Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving, but we each have one where it's like you'd have to be home.
Yeah, it's probably that one for sure. It is low-key the Jewish Easter, though. It falls around the same time of year.
Right, but I would never go home for Easter.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell me what I missed I know the Rileys do it big every year.
Oh,
I've been once or twice for the Rileys Christmas Day.
Yes. So actually, it's Christmas Eve. We do Christmas Eve.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. But I knew what you meant. You've been there many times. You usually come over Christmas Day and eat all the leftover ham. You should see how much fucking ham's left in the fridge, bro. But yeah, no, it was a good Christmas Eve. What happened? Oh, we got a pizza maker, a nice little Ooni pizza oven.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be a gift.
Now that Trough sign in the back, that's not brand new, is it? Or is that brand spanking new?
That's brand spanking new. How sick.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Sick. That was a Christmas present from Mikey, John, Sam, and Kelly Wall. But yeah, huge, big time. Fucking
So
neon.
that had to be top of the list for best Christmas gift you received. Like this decade, probably this year.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it was up there.
That's an all-timer right there.
It was, yeah. I was speechless. So Mikey was like, "Oh, you got the gift of like he'd been hyping it up," and I'm like, "It's better be fucking good," because like now if I'm getting excited for nothing, I'm gonna be pissed. And so he.
I thought you were getting the Ford Raptor, huh?
Right, would have been sick. But so he drank at our house Christmas Eve, and we can get into all of this, but he leaves his car here, and he gets a ride home with Tay Meek, because they live kind of by each other. And so he has my mom pick him up Christmas morning. What's up?
No, I'm just throwing a little Taylor gang real quick.
Dude, there's a great Taylor gang story about him in Oak Grove not wanting to wear the sweatshirt because he thought he was going to get jumped. Hilarious.
Oh, man.
Back in our 2 white days. But anyways, my mom goes to pick him up, and she gets him, and he doesn't bring the present. So now he's got to go back to the house, and he's like, "Oh, just wait." He keeps hitting me with it. I'm like, "Okay, like let's fucking see what this is." And he walked in with this big long box, and boom, out came the nice Trough. I don't know if it's technically a neon, but
I mean that's a neon
it's
sign.
A neon.
That's a neon orange. People think neon is just a color.
Well, no. I mean, neon's an element. That's where I was going with that.
Oh.
And so it's not like the one where it's like fused through, where it's like piping like the actual neon through it. It's like backlit with bulbs. Either way, I don't give a fuck. It's so sick. I just got to find a way to hang it up.
That's an orange highlighter. I think of neon as a color. Maybe I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Dull.
I think Okay, so that's where I go highlighter as a color.
Right, highlighter yellow, highlighter orange, highlighter pink.
Which one do you use? You got to pick a highlighter color, one that you're just Got a highlight notes. You got the classic 4-pack: pink, yellow,
Oh,
green, orange. Which you picking?
yeah. I'm going highlighter. I'm going green, the green, yellow, whatever that is. Or I
Oh,
guess
so
those are
like,
two different colors.
yeah, there
No, the
is.
classic one, the yellow one, I think. The yellow one. Yeah.
Respect. I go orange every time. Everything's orange. If the orange is an
I love
option,
orange.
I'm picking it.
I love orange.
That's why I said my future house gonna be orange shag carpet, orange walls. I don't give a fuck. I'll live alone if I have to. I don't care. It's I want
You're going orange.
I want orange. I want orange shag carpet under my feet.
I remember when my mom moved into her new place, she like painted like one wall green, one wall pink, one wall
Yes.
orange. I'm like, Mom, let's pick a color here. You know what I mean?
That's so her.
But,
I love that. That's like very Southwest. I feel like Arizona. You get all the, I don't want to call them kooks, but you get all the turquoise collectors and all those people with the fucking.
oh yeah.
But yeah, no, Christmas Eve. So we got my parents a pizza oven, and that was like the kids to the parents, and it was a pretty expensive gift. And now let's dive into this a little bit.
Are they going to use it? That's the question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, so it's going to me is pretty much what happened, which is amazing. I've been using it, getting dough from Bebo's. I'm fucking nice
Ooh,
with it.
this is fun.
Nice. Yeah, it is fun. But anyway, so I obviously I don't give a shit about, I've never cared about money. What, like, money's whatever. I'll pay whatever. But my brothers and sisters were like, let's get mom and dad the pizza maker. Now let's break it down. Like, there's 5 of us, we'll split it 5 ways, right? Now, does it make more sense to split it equally 5 ways, or does it make more sense for if someone makes way more money than the other to put more money in?
This is the classic question this is a classic question, I feel like.
Exactly. And
dinner, who pays for dinner? Do we split the bill, or just because I make more? Because think about this theory then, Jim. If whoever makes more is paying for everything that
they're not going to be making more.
They're not making more. Yeah. They're grossing more.
For sure. That's
but they're not net more.
True. And luckily, no one in our family, literally no one gives a shit. Everyone was just like, yeah, like, how much is it? Split it 5 ways. We'll do it that way. But
I was going to say 5 ways for a Christmas gift. That's south of 5 figures.
No, exactly. It's easy. It was no big deal at all. But I was thinking about it. I was like, ooh, this could get testy. You know what I mean? If you don't have the closest relationship with your siblings, or like money's tighter for somebody, or they're saving up for something, they're like, nah. Then what do you do?
Well, I think that's the policy, is that if you have the ability to put your pride aside and say, hey, this is out of my budget, that's when the default answer is, well, if it's out of your budget, one, you can't make me spend money that I don't have, right?
True.
So we either find a different gift. That's option 1, a more affordable gift. Or option 2 is we do it splitting, let's figure out percentages. This is what my budget is. I'll put this down, and you guys figure out how we split up the rest.
Yeah. And honestly,
I mean, what if they wanted to buy your parents a car?
I stupidly would have.
Equally?
I honestly would have fucking put down whatever I had. That's the thing. Money means absolutely nothing. Like, if I have enough money to put into my student loan payments at the end of the month, I'm like, fuck it. I'm living at home right now. I don't give 2 shits. I know it's bad. I should be different. I don't know if you listened to last week's episode, but my bank account got fucking broken into, and it was just a whole shebang. It was not good. Yeah. And so I got to be better with my money. And I was supposed to open a credit card last weekend and just didn't go to the appointment. Said, what's 1 more week?
They'll reschedule with you, don't worry.
Oh, trust me. They've been blowing up my fucking phone. Is crazy. But yeah, no.
Dang, so you got by the hacker, the same guy that released the GTA link?
Dude, how about that guy? Just a full-blown autist, and they're locking him up for good.
Dude, I have what's it called? I got my own theory on this. Conspiracy theory.
Oh, let's hear it. I love it.
Oh, this is all rollout for the game, Jimmy. This is marketing. Because I tell you what, as soon as I saw that story, I said, how much did GTA 5 cost?
Yeah.
$30?
Nah, it was probably it was like 60. It was probably 60, 65.
No, the new one.
The new one's like 100, huh?
No. I just bought GTA 5, which is the one that is
got you. I got you.
And that was like $30. It's been out for like 5 years.
Roger that. Yeah.
Right. So I'm now been playing GTA. I'm like, damn, these guys got me.
So
GTA
good.
6, dude, best fucking trailer, treating it like a movie. Best trailer for a video game I've seen in a while.
It's
Been getting into GTA myself now, playing GTA 5.
it's
Like,
so fun. Do you play with Johnny O at all?
no.
Dude,
I have been playing online. The problem is online is cheat codes don't work.
well, that's the thing. You play with Johnny O, it's pretty much a fucking cheat code. He's got all the money in the world, and you just go fly around fucking people up. It's the most fun I've had on a video game ever. And like, he would do this thing. We go to the casino. We would literally during COVID just go to the casino in GTA 5 and just bet racks. And like, because Jo,
actually
no, not actual money, but yeah, but like they have blackjack and all that stuff for sure. Yeah.
And you play it like the cards come out.
Yeah, it's fun as hell. Yeah, you can play roulette, you like horse racing. They literally have everything. It's so fun. But because Jo would host, we would go into the casino and he'd change my clothes into like a fucking thong and just a bow tie. So I'd be walking around looking like a total dickhead. But play with him. It's fun as fuck. Wow.
What's been happening is that I've been the noob.
Yeah.
So I've been going with my 10 bullets from my shotgun, trying to attack these like online players who are just like on top of cars with 50 cal.
Yeah, you're gonna get murked.
I shoot at them, and I'm like, I ran up on them, like I surprised them. They got invincibility and all that shit. Like I'm just shooting them 5 times and just getting shot dead. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna play on cheat code. Let me get a helicopter.
It's
real
fun,
quick.
exactly. But yeah, no, I like what you're saying though. I didn't even think about that just being publicity. Like obviously the guy did it, but like, are they gonna loosen up as soon as the game comes out and people are buying it? Or gonna be like, all right, fucking let them out now. Whatever. We're not making GTA 7 for 10 years, so.
Keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on that. I feel like that's how a lot of these stories unfold. It's like big story, everyone gets its attention, but the actual like crux of the story is gonna happen like 5 years later when articles are like declassified or something. And who's really paying attention then? You know?
True. And honestly, that's something I kind of followed up on was like the whole Martin Shkreli thing. He was the one who hiked the price of AIDS medication. Pharma bro. They try to like make it sound like a bad thing, and it's just kind of sick. He's just the pharma bro.
Right, he's owning it.
Yeah, he doesn't go fuck. But all of his shit's like coming out years later, and he's out of prison now. But now he's commenting on like the SBF shit. Like he's like the lead prison to the real world liaison. It's hilarious watching him tweet about this shit.
That's so funny.
But yeah. Back to the pizza. Wow, a little off track. Wow. Back on.
I like it. That's how you pod.
Exactly. That's how we pod, baby. Been picking up dough from Bebo's, and dude, my tossing game's weak, but the rest of the pizza, pretty fucking good. Burnt the shit out of it, and it was like doughy the first night, and I just ate it.
How big we talking, by the way?
It's about a 14-inch pie.
Okay.
Good size.
Personal pie.
You can feed 2. It can feed 2.
2 women, children?
No, dude, with the toppings I'm throwing on this shit. No, me and Mikey made like a breakfast. I'll give him the credit. He made a breakfast pizza, threw a couple eggs on top, and then yeah, it was really good. But that was like the big gift along with the sign. I'm trying to think of what else. Not much. I mean, I don't need anything. I'm at that age where it's like if I want something, I just go get it. There's no need to wait.
Yeah, I have a theory about this as well when it comes to adult gifting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, take away parents. All right, and children.
Right.
All right, so you could get a gift for your parents. You could get a gift for your kids. Other than that, adults don't need gifts. They have their own jobs, their own bank account to get whatever they want. Why am I trying to read their mind and trying to get them a gift? I know gift giving's awesome. Like I'm not trying to shit on gift giving.
No. I feel
time of the year we share. You know, it's thoughtful. I'm just saying, adults don't need to give other adults gifts.
I 100% feel that. The only exceptions is like if I like see something and I'm like, oh shit, that's like someone would love. You know what I mean? Or like this reminds me of that. Like I'm getting this for them.
But that's 365.
Exactly, 100%. That's what I mean. It's not exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Not a holiday obligatory.
No, 100% no. But recently my family's been doing like we all buy each other something small just because it's like everyone's got jobs now. Whatever. One more gift under the tree. It's nice to unwrap. But this year, I usually go with a gag gift. So like 2 years ago, I just watched TV in the first 7 infomercials that popped up. I just called in, was like boom, boom, boom. Like that's what everyone got. It was kind of fun. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the next
Wait,
year I
called
did.
in? Wait, can we pause there?
Yeah.
You watched an infomercial.
Called
like
in.
like Sticky Slap or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
well, these ones were like, there was a window washer. I think there was perfect push-ups. There was like just like random shit like that.
And it said dial now, and you picked
1-800, yeah. Yep.
And then what? They asked for your address and your cell phone information.
Wait, in your credit card information? No.
Oh, so full transaction on the phone.
Yeah, 100%. It's still happening. And the only reason I knew that is because the old guy we used to take care of would literally anything he saw on TV that just even remotely made him look up, he would fucking call in and have a package on his porch that week with the item. So I did that, and then I got them all like UFC shirts. I got them all. I was like, who do they remind me of in the UFC?
What's the brand? The UFC brand that used like it's almost a joke now.
Yeah, it's not Tap Out. Tap out. Yeah, no, not those. Not Tap Out shirts. That would have been wow. I'm writing that down. That might be
2006 era UFC. Everyone's sponsored by Tap Out,
and just got fucking shitty tribal tattoos and barbed wire. What an era.
Shout out JB.
Wow. Shout out JB. The guy's a legend. Saw him this weekend. Love that guy.
Maybe the most jacked guy in the history of jack guys.
He's jacked, and
he's next level jacked.
He's like cut too. Like I mean, pause, no homo. Say whatever you want, but that guy's like
admiration. We're just shouting out hard work.
He's a menace in the gym, which is sick. And he made it into a career. That's the other thing. You know what I mean? Like he's got people he's training now, and he's fucking doing the whole shebang. So good for JB. I mean, he's
like that Bears quarterback if he didn't make it to the league.
Which one?
You heard that story? The Bears quarterback, I forgot what his name was. It's slipping me, but they asked him, he was like the last pick or unsigned free agent in the draft or whatever, something like that. And he's been balling and stuff. They asked him like, what was your plan if you didn't get drafted? Like, what were you going to do? He's like, I was just going to become a CrossFit instructor and become as jacked as humanly possible.
That's
like
sick.
For the next 60 years. Like that's all I was gonna do. I'm like,
especially with the football player mindset, a guy that was like borderline league, he could do some damage.
Absolutely.
But this year I went with the gifts. I want more of a little bit of a gag, I guess. But I got everybody different hats. So there's 9 of us this year because John and Kelly are now married, and Mikey's got Sam. And so I got us all 9 different hats. I went with like the flat cap, like a paper boy, a bowler, a top hat.
All different types of hats.
All different types of hats.
Fitted, bucket, mesh,
bucket. Just literally anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Then I wrapped them up, threw them out there, and just had like go pick one. And ended up being. I got the top hat, Steez, just sitting in my car right now.
Oh, you know I love a top hat.
I throw it on.
When golfing recently, threw on the top hat.
Love that.
I'm like, there's only a few occasions I get to wear this. It's either a Halloween costume or I'm golfing. So I'm like, I'll be the guy.
That's so funny that it's mixed in between both of those. But shout out. I mean, Abe Lincoln, not to get into the draft, but a little preview for what we're doing tonight.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, New Year's is coming 2023. So step into 2024 with confidence, thanks to Manscaped, where resolutions are met and hairs are neatly kept. As the new year approaches, why not make self-improvement a breeze by keeping your body well-groomed? Introducing Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the ultimate all-inclusive kit designed to help you feel clean-cut and confident as you should. Featuring the Powerhouse Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, this next-gen trimmer ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with a trim above the rest. Use code Trough at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping.
The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here, and let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies. Included in this bundle is the brand new Lawnmower 5.0, Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, and the essential aftercare products like the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever you want. Did I mention that it's waterproof too? Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts: the Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. My game use bag now. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest. Start the new year right, because when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. Manscaped, helping you sculpt the best version of yourself year after year. New year, new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped's got your grooming resolutions covered.
I know that's right. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Trough at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code Trough. Happy New Year's to your balls.
Whoop, whoop. But brother, what have you been up to?
Man, not much, bro. Just chilling. Everyone's been gone for the holiday season.
Yeah.
Me and the roommates recently got into a Catan. You ever played this game?
Settlers of Catan? Or is that what it's called?
Settlers of Catan, yeah, something like that.
Never played it, but I heard people get like deep into it.
Dude, we had some roommate feuds.
So what is the game?
It got pretty heated.
Can you explain it like briefly?
So the game is like Monopoly, but settler colonial version. So think like before there was ever a Monopoly, there had to be like the Pilgrims or whatever, setting up shop and shit like that.
Huh.
So you and the other players land on this island, the island of Catan. And on this island, there are different resources available. 5 total different resources, whatever. You need different combinations of these resources to build more colonies or like houses in Monopoly.
Gotcha. You know? Okay.
And then you could turn those colonies into cities, like hotels.
Makes sense. It's like RuneScape meets Monopoly. I don't know.
Something like that.
I've never played RuneScape, but yeah.
So you roll the dice, and all these different resources where you put your colonies, like they have different dice numbers associated. Like 6 or 8 are going to be like the most commonly rolled dice, right? So those are the most valuable resource spots. That makes sense. So yeah, you roll the dice. It rolls on something that you're on. You get those resources. You trade. It's crazy. It's way more heavy on the trades. Way more heavy on the trades.
And is it like a long game like Monopoly is?
Long-ish. Not if you're playing with me.
Oh,
I'll run that shit real quick.
Running the shit. No, okay. I love that. You know what game I haven't played in forever that I miss is Risk. Risk was a fun one.
Never really played since I was a little kid. Like never played as an adult. Don't think I ever saw it through.
We played a little bit in high school.
Play online.
Really?
Did we play in high school?
Yeah, a little bit. Like you just had the board. It was more like we were just upstairs. 2 idiots would throw it on and see who would.
But see what this is, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to get back into it. I was looking it up. I know there's an online version of Risk, and then they have like I saw a YouTube vlogger like World Championships of Risk, and he was playing. But that shit was boring as fuck.
I was gonna say that might be too much strategy. They're fucking. I just go for gold. Fucking give me that flag, boy. Now,
but yeah,
I was gonna say, are you still reffing Volo?
No, I don't know if I gave you the update on that.
No,
they took the other guy's word on that.
On what?
They took. You don't remember the whole story?
I like vaguely, but can you give us a little refresher?
I may allegedly have taken a piss or not taken a piss.
Shut up.
Down the drain. Yeah.
No way.
So they're like, bro, we gotta whatever. They like called me. I don't know. I thought I told this whole story on the podcast.
You did tell that. Now that you said that, you did tell that
part. But I don't know if I told the second part.
You didn't tell the second part
for
sure.
And they're like, so like, what happened? Like, they're saying that this happened, yada yada.
Was it like, someone from the league that called in?
It was the AD of the high school.
Oh, Christ.
Yes, Jim. So bad.
Could have been literally anybody else.
So dumb, dude. And all this because I decided to go down the drain instead of just pissing on the cement around the corner. I was trying to be a good guy. I really was, Jim. But anyway, he's like, did this happen or not? And I was just like, no, it didn't.
Good. Denied.
And then they're like, all right, we're going to talk, yada, yada, yada. And then like weeks later or whatever, he like emailed me and was just like, we're going to let you go. 1, because you peed. 2, because you denied that you peed. And I was just like, I just replied, I'm like, I'm definitely going to be suing for wrongful termination.
Really?
Bye.
You say that?
It's just kind of my go-to if someone ever lets me. I, I just kind of like to let them sit
Exactly.
with that for
Scare
a
him a
while.
little bit.
The individual guy texted me, yada yada. I was just like, yeah, bro, I'd lawyer up. But yeah, dude, the same thing happened with Hoopa. I'm clearly on a bad streak right
Yo,
now with employment.
is
But the
it?
same thing. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, is it the companies or is it you? Is it a bad streak? Oh fuck,
No,
that's
I'm gonna
so
go with the
funny.
first one. The first one, I'm still saying fuck you to the
That
company.
was fucked. Yes,
The
100%. You
second one,
misquoted once,
I would have fired me too. I would have fired me too.
and then
I denied it though.
and then
No proof. They
the
don't need
solar
proof though.
panels too.
Well, the solar panels was
You
my
dipped.
choice,
I know you
but
dipped out on
I was
showing
dipped out of there. That was so funny. I kept Hunter in my pocket. It's just that era for me, Jim. It's just that era where I get to look back and be like, remember when you did this and that and that in
That's
this little
fun.
stretch of time?
That is
So
super fun. You're a bit of a spark plug right now. Just fucking.
right now, I'm a little unpredictable right
I
now.
love that.
So, but moving into 2024, I'm looking for some stability. I got a job, I'm doing the clear thing. So,
Oh, did
the boys
that all
give
ended
me-
up working out?
they fucking took forever. They were like, yeah, we're training other people, yada yada. I
You
was
would
like,
think that would go fast. It's clear.
during the interview too. Plus they want to do like a 10-year back. They already did the background check, but now they need like 10 years of employment history that I have to fill out, like
Oh Christ!
names, people to contact, like all this bullshit. That
I
I have
just
to do.
put
I'm
the
like,
corporate when I have to do that. I just put the corporate number. It's like, are you really gonna look like this is on you
Yeah.
if you want to look into this?
So once I saw that, I was like, fuck this. But yeah, I got to do all that. And then I'll be, I'm like, is this even worth it? The spark plug in me's coming out. I'm like, I already hate this shit. But no, I'm excited to get back and just find my nice little base level and fucking work from there. So, but funny story. I really miss the wrestling, dude. I really do. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's because I was gonna say they Todd and those guys, they just won their first basketball championship.
Without your mom too.
Without my mom. My sisters played though. Christine went for 20 in the ship. Fucking wet ball.
Way.
Yeah, they were like they played this team, and the way those guys like Todd and Tay, Mike, all them, whatever, they'll drive and kick. It's like it's very NBA style where it's just drive, someone crashes, find the open man type deal. And so the team they were playing was decent, and they had like this big Indian kid that was like 6'6", 6'7", and they were just like, well, if a girl's playing, like we'll just put him in the middle, like the girl's not going to score. And so little did they know Christine was fucking pure from the corner. She had like six threes, I think, and then fucking a 2.
Oh, they left her open.
It just left her, like just didn't guard her.
Disrespect. Tony Allen treatment.
Literally. And then fucking wet balled it, and then they ended up winning, whatever. But the refs in there were hilarious. Like there was this one guy I was just in the crowd just kind of talking to the whole time. I was like,
times, right?
Definitely.
They're getting paid their whatever an hour, and they're fucking happy to be there watching some basketball.
I was going to say, watching some basketball.
Blow whistle here, blow whistle there. It's men's league. Come on.
And you should hear Todd and those guys yelling at him. Holy shit. It's like, brother, this guy is getting paid less than minimum wage. Let's give him a break here.
Right. Really.
Funny as shit.
Kind of reminds me, recently I've been getting into the GM mode on 2K.
Wow.
Now, on the surface, it seems really boring, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, what an insightful game mode.
Are you playing?
So it gives you opportunities to, like, play a couple games here and there whenever you want. But not really. I don't like to play. I'll just send through all that. I'm just making moves, baby. I'm just making moves.
That seems
so I started with
very interesting.
So I played 2 full seasons, right?
What team are
I
you?
lost. I'm the Thunder.
Okay.
And I lost in the championship game both seasons. So the big first splash move that I did is I had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and a bunch of young talent, a bunch of picks. So I said, let me get Anthony Edwards in here.
Ooh, okay. That's a nice compliment.
That's gonna be my centerpiece. I'm gonna build him. So I got rid of Shea. I got rid of all these other pieces. Long story short, few trades later, my starting roster or my 6-7 man rotation, we're looking at Tyrese Halliburton at the point guard.
Okay.
Stud. We got Anthony Edwards at the 2. We went ahead and grabbed Klay Thompson.
Thank God you got him out. Yeah, thank God the Warriors released his ass. Fuck Klay Thompson. That guy's trash.
I just got him for 1 year. 1 year and season ended and he's gone. I don't even know how it happened. I'm still trying to figure out all this GM world stuff, like who's on my team, who's not on my team. He just got thrown
in with the package.
Contract lengths, I'm learning a lot.
That's kind of sick. Who else you got? So you got the 3?
Who's that guy from the Kings that just broke the record? Keegan Murray.
Okay.
3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Mitchell Robinson, the center for the Knicks. Now, off the bench, had to go and grab the boy Draymond Green just for the heart.
So sick.
Just for the heart.
He's coming off your bench. That's crazy.
More to say about my roster development, but I want shooters on the floor, Jim.
I feel that, especially for 2K. I guess that makes sense. Now, does Draymond? Do they torque his stats in 2K because he hasn't been playing?
He's sitting at like an 83.
That's not bad for him.
Keegan's like an 84.
Okay.
Right?
That's not bad.
But if you I took Draymond out of the starting lineup, right? I wanted shooting in there. I put Keegan in.
Mm-hmm.
It has Draymond throw a fit, and he requests a meeting with you. Yes, and then you have to choose whether you he'll be like, I think I deserve to be a starter, and you have to choose
strong,
put him as a starter, deny him and coddle him, or deny him with tough love.
Tough love for Draymond.
Yeah, I'll always just hit him with the tough love, and he'll always be like, wow, I didn't think you. He'll say something like, wow, I didn't think you had that in you. I respect that. Yada yada. But if you say it wrong, if you say it wrong and to the wrong person, then they'll be like, oh, all I was saying was I wanted it. You didn't have to be like that.
Right. Request the trade now. That's kind of fun. I mean, I don't know if I could get into the full Sims. I feel like I would have to play the big games until I start losing. Then I would just fucking sim them up. But
forgot to mention Chris Paul is my head coach as well.
Chris Paul's the head coach?
Yep.
What year does this take place?
This year / next year, because I'm in year 2 of it. Okay. So I think he retired, and I just grabbed him up real quick. One coach of the year next year. That's enough with my 2K whatever, but I'm having a good time with it.
No, that is fun. Now, what are you playing any other video games? Is it just Tukes?
That and GTA, and then GTA, when Tease is in town, we'll play Madden.
And how are those games
Those are my big 3. Dante is a significantly better video game player than me.
Really?
It's not close. I think the most fair it is if he does 3 randoms in a burner and I'll pick a team.
That seems.
You give us even teams, he's 9 to 12 points better than me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's 9 to 12 points better than me, but I'm feisty. I mean, we were having discussions. I think I beat him 1 out of every 4. 25%.
That's not bad though.
Maybe 1 out of every 3.
And you can get odds on those games now, which is fun. You know what I mean? Give me 2 to 1. Let's go, and it makes it.
I bet I cover. Give me a spread here.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Love that. So. Now how's T's doing? What's he been up to? Same old. Jaw's still good.
Jaw's still good, man. Still working. He knows how to use it. But no, I mean, shit's good with Tease, man. He's back home. He's always back home. Catching flights, going back home to see the fam, stuff like that.
Nice. It's kind of nice to have an empty house.
Huh? It's nice. I miss the guy. Can't lie. And the roommate Fretz is an EMT now, so 12-hour shifts for him.
Always.
1-to-1. So he leaves the house right when I'm waking up. See Fretz, and no, I'm just kidding.
That's bad. 1-to-1 is a shitty schedule, though.
It's tough though, yeah. He's been grinding. He's been working 60-hour weeks and shit like that. So I have had a lot of alone time at the house, and that way I could just play GTA without anyone judging me. Now, the big news that I really wanted to come in here and talk my shit.
Let's go.
Fantasy football. It's the inaugural. It's the inaugural season of the Gas Chat League. The Gas Chat, which is a group chat from when we were maybe 14 years old. Which has since
disbanded a little bit.
Officially disappeared. Yeah, I think officially.
Oh, really? I left, so I'm not sure.
I think it's literally done. But we made a new group chat for this fantasy football league, the Gas League, to kind of keep it alive, right?
Right.
So it's me. So this past week, I'm playing against the boy David De La Rocha, my oldest friend. Our moms were pregnant at the same time. They used to touch bellies and take pictures.
On the same street.
Live 2 doors down from each other. Yep, exactly. All that good stuff. and he was the number 1 seed all year long. Never once was anyone else in the league in that number 1 spot on the standings except for Dave the entire
That's
year.
crazy. And
This guy was number 1.
I was gonna say, you just got to know how serious Dave takes fantasy. It's like, I get that some people, it's his life. I mean, all he does is watch fucking football. He looks forward to fantasy every year, so that's a big deal for him to be number 1 all the way through.
Absolutely, he was riding on his high horse, coming off a bye. During his bye week, I think he had like a record performance. All of his guys went off, which is just a horrible sign if you're him.
Yeah,
and. Yeah, your boy ends up playing D. Roach, and I start Amari Cooper, and I start Breece Hall. Amari Cooper went for 40 plus, maybe 43 points. Breece Hall went for like 38, God, 39.
Damn.
Just 80 points off them off the rip. It was nah. Hey. Goodbye. So I said goodbye to Mr. De La Rocha, the number 1 seed, sent him packing, and now I'm facing Kenny Sullivan in the championship. Now, Kenny is the exact opposite of Dave. Dave thinks year-round scouting. He's watching film. He's watching the all-22 tape. Trying to, you know what I mean? Kenny doesn't even check his lineup during football, during the day of Sunday.
I would say there would be times that he forget to set his roster. Maybe once during the year, he'd forget to set the roster.
Liable for all that shit. Doesn't even know these players, doesn't even know these systems, couldn't tell you a head coach of any of these teams. But somewhere or another, Kenny found his way into the championship game, defeating our good friend Matt Toscano.
Wow.
With a good butt whooping that he put on him as well. So your boy is in the championship game against what I seem to be a beatable opponent. I am projected to lose at this moment.
Oof.
Which doesn't feel good.
No, but I mean, that doesn't really mean anything. Unfortunately.
And I also want to give a special shout out to Matt Toscano, because Matt Toscano and I are in 2 leagues together. One is the Gas League. The other is this other league, The League, is what they call it. The one that he started with all the guys, all his cousins and friends and St. Mary's guys, all that shit.
Right.
Tucker Bacon is in the finals with me. But I just want to shout out Matt Toscano because he was in 3rd place in both leagues. You know, I mean, if he went this week or whatever, he had a chance to be in the finals in both leagues. And his team played scared, in his words. And just better luck next year, buddy.
Better luck next year. Now, are your championship games, you still have, there's still 2 weeks for the season left, right? So sitting people out shouldn't really be a thing yet for you guys?
Exactly.
Okay.
Correct. Now, I have heard of other leagues having their championship game be 2 weeks.
Oh.
2 weeks long.
Oh, wow. 2 weeks worth of points, which is...
Remove any flukiness. I mean, with the last week, I don't know how they do it, but you remove all flukiness and you say the best team is going to be our champ this year.
I don't know if I like that. I
don't like it either. This isn't basketball.
Exactly. That's the point of fantasy, is the flukiness. Anybody can win on any given day. Damn, that's kind of crazy. It would make for interesting shit though. You know what I mean? You go up big week 1 and then your guys end up sitting and you're like, well, fuck, now I'm just waiting. That's crazy.
Scary shit. Not proud to say how invested I've been in fantasy football over the last couple of weeks with the playoffs, but I got to tell you, it's paying off.
Oh,
you got to stay dialed in. And this Gas League team, this is the last thing I'll say about fantasy. The Gas League team that's in the championship, about to beat Kenny's ass, had Nick Chubb to start the year.
Wow.
I think it was my 2nd round pick.
That's
first skill position player taken on my team. My number 1 skill position player gone. What did I do, Jim? I made moves, Jim. I made trades. I shook things up. And at the end of the day, the best player is in the chip right now. That's all I got to say.
I love that. And hey, maybe
I'm done being humble. That's it.
I'm done being humble. Maybe you're playing the whatchamacallit, the owner league in 2K is paying off. Maybe just what you needed for fantasy.
Roster building. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Now, I also have a question for you, and it's actually probably has a real answer because it's math. So it's not even an opinion. It's just facts. All right. If I flip a coin, there's a 50% chance of it landing on head, and there's a 50% chance of it landing on tails.
Yeah.
We agree on that, right?
I mean,
Okay, that one was supposed to be the easy
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah, sure.
All
Okay.
right.
We'll agree.
If I flip two coins, what are the chances that at least one of them will be heads?
25%, right?
75?
No, no, because they're
It's got to
mutually,
increase.
but they're,
It either increases or stays the same.
I
I
guess.
only need one heads.
But you
All
do.
right, I flip the first coin. It lands on head. All right, well now it's over. I flip the first coin, it lands on tails.
Right.
Right? Now my probability of getting the next one still 50-50, right?
I mean, I guess, but they're mutually exclusive. So you have to take into account that I forget how to do this.
My final answer is there's a 75% chance that if I flip two coins,
At least one
will be.
Yeah, that sounds right, because you're not saying you'll get heads and then you'll get another one. You're not predicting two. You're saying at least one. That makes sense. I don't know though. I mean, let's Google it. It's as easy as that. I'll look it up.
All right. I just bro science my answer, because it's like you would think, all right, 50% chance of this one. Well, you just take 50 and then it's 50 again, so that's 50. You know, it's almost like it's still 50. But that logic doesn't bear out, because if I told you I was going to flip 10 coins, you'd be like, the probability of you getting at least one head is like,
God damn it,
90 plus. You hear me on this?
Yes, it's half. It's 50. It says 50%.
It doesn't change?
I don't think so.
You flip two coins and you need only one head?
How many coin flips to get? What is the probability of getting one heads when two coins are tossed? Probability of getting exactly one heads is 2.
No, not exactly. At least. Thank you, Jamie.
75%.
Okay.
Applying this coin flip example, if you flip a coin twice, what is the probability of getting one or more heads? Since the probability of getting exactly one heads is 50%, and the probability of getting exactly two heads is 25%, the probability of getting one or more heads is 50 plus 0.25 to get you to 0.75%.
Okay, so I'm assuming if fantasy football is random and kind of like a coin flip at this point, that I have a 75% chance of being a league champion in one of these leagues. If it's 50-50.
You took all that to get to that stretch? No, it is not that. I would have told you from the start, fantasy is not a coin flip.
No. It was kind of separate. I just tied it in.
No, it honestly, fantasy is kind of a coin flip. I mean, who would have thought Amari Cooper's going for 48? How does Joe Flacco not sign with the team already? Like shit like that. It's just like, what the fuck?
Important to mention, in my other league, I started Joe Flacco.
That's sick. That's a power move. Joe Flacco's so sick. The fact that he was out of the league and then comes back and is arguably a top 5 Browns quarterback ever is crazy.
He's got a look in his eye, dude. He's got a certain look in his eye. It's like killer and also like 10-year-old boy playing on the playground.
Right. You know? He's just like having fun.
Carefreeness and also like a Navy SEAL like focus all at the same time.
And I wonder
I'm not saying he's better than Brady, but
no, I don't think he is either. I do love Joe Flacco, but I do think there's something to be said about someone from that era not being worried about getting hit. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like he's been through all the hardest hits. Yeah, you're playing for the Browns.
Like, it's like the old man. It's like that old man saying whatever he wants in public and fucking showing his chest hair or whatever, you know?
Right.
It's like after you get to a certain point, you're like, you're
over the hill. Fuck it. Yeah.
It's over anyway.
This is all gravy, baby. Yeah. Nah, I love that. I do love Flacco though. He was.
Think about a guy like Zach Wilson. Every time he takes a snap, he's got the rest of his career like determining, like that snap is going to determine like the rest of his career type shit.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco's like, this could be the last snap. I already had my whole thing, you know?
For sure. So, well, have you seen Cam Newton just had a thing on his podcast today, a lot like that topic. He was saying like, think about all the guys that once they got security, they got much better. Brock Purdy wasn't wasn't bad last year by any means. He was good, but once he got job security, he was QB number 1, started doing better immediately. Fucking guy from the Texans. What's his name? God damn it. Stroud. Yeah. Because he was borderline before, and then he started torching fools. Got better immediately. I mean, even you go back, Alex Smith, shit coaches, shit locker room, finally got a stable place, started going off. So it's like, I think there's something to be said about job security or lack thereof needing it. You know what I mean? Letting you just play.
Let it rip. I mean, that's on the topic. Like last week, this was fun roommate story. Dante and I were going back and forth over this Brock Purdy thing, right? Because I love Brock. I love
not
Brock.
an MVP though.
100% not an MVP. Yeah. I mean, this is such an easy. That part I thought was so obvious because I don't want to be arguing against Brock. I know how much better he is than Jimmy and then all these guys. Like, finally, we get a good ass quarterback. Like, we get kind of lucky. Like, it's at the end of the draft. Like, we deserve this. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But this was my one simple argument. You don't know who else is going to be on the team. Would you rather have Brock? Because Dante was trying to tell me he's like one of the best, like arguably the best. Like he's in the conversation with Mahomes and all the rest of these guys.
Tough. Right?
Yeah, it's just like, say you had no idea who else is going to be on the team.
Right.
And you just have to pick a quarterback to start your team. Like, how do you think? Like, it turned into kind of like a Purdy versus Lamar argument. So I was like, would you rather have Purdy or Lamar?
Well,
he was like,
I want to take a timeout because I don't want to forget this. We got to get into the white versus black football team. Go on. Let this be the. That's what I mean. This is going right into it, but I didn't want to forget.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, like he was like, yeah, if the Niners could trade Purdy for Lamar today, I would say no. And I was like, what are you fucking smoking? But that's a fair enough point because you're like, all right, Purdy has proven to like work in our system. He's
that's
money.
I think
he knows
the
how
system
to do what
thing is more.
He knows
about.
how to be a point guard,
right?
That type of thing. But then when you flip it on his head, and you're like, all right, there's no teams. Just pick the player that you're starting with. He picked Brock still, and then I asked him, do you think like most GMs in the league would have that same pick? He said yes.
Well, to his point,
I said, what are you smoking?
Lamar could have been someone's quarterback this year, and no one. He sat there, so there's something to be said about that. But at the same time, I think if you're going quarterback for quarterback, how old's Lamar? That's the only thing. It's not his clock's
26, 27.
Not ticking, but I feel like Brock's probably
younger,
a little bit younger. But Brock's scary. If he gets hit in the head even the slightest bit, he's good for 4 picks. It's like, what are we doing?
No, I mean, that's my big point. Go ahead.
No, I see all these people arguing on Twitter, and I'm like, what are we even arguing? Like, it's hard when he's not. I don't think he's the team's MVP. Like, say what you want, but there's other guys on the team that are. Yeah. So I don't know. And like I said, it's great that the Niners finally have a fucking quarterback that you can count on. Right? You're not scared to have the ball.
It's like someone having a girlfriend who's clearly not a Victoria's Secret model and being like, yep, she's hotter than the Victoria's Secret model. Works for me. Works for me.
Right?
You know, I'd rather have her than whatever works for me. It's like, yeah, I get that it works for you, but sometimes there are things that are just
exactly. It's just facts. There's no getting around it.
Right. So once the argument about the GMs, what they would think, like, would they rather have Purdy or Lamar? I was like, what are you talking about? So then we turned into an Instagram poll where I threw it up on the Instagram. Who would you rather have as your quarterback, Purdy or Lamar? I got comments in the DMs. Man, you're trying to start a race war with this one.
I think I commented that as well.
That was you. You were the only one.
Shit.
I just put a name on it because I didn't know if you wanted to own that.
Oh, no, that's definitely a race war fucking question. Purdy or Lamar? Yeah. I mean, I
know. And then after we sent it out, me and Dante were like, fuck, dude. Like, there's such a racial component to that. It's going to skew off the poll or whatever. Ended up being like 51-49 Lamar.
Which is kind of what right? It's what you would expect, just a little bit more in Lamar's favor. Now,
imagine if I asked that in Baltimore.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, and that's the other thing. Everyone you're following is Niner fans, so you're already skewed heavy that way.
Yes.
Now,
All right.
all black versus all white. Is Brock your starting quarterback for the all whites? No. No. Exactly, right?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Like, dude, you'd have to find such a specific category to make him the starter.
Yes.
Like, you'd have to find. It'd have to be like six round draft picks.
Or you're running the Niners offensive scheme, in which case I could see where you'd be like, if it's short time, we're running this scheme, just keep your QB in the role. But realistically, no.
Let's jump into it, Jim. So all black versus all white, the fucking race war started by some fucking analyst talking about whatever. I forgot the backstory.
Yeah, it was Rashard Mendenhall. It was a football player who said, I'm tired of all these white boys and their lazy ass takes who never played the game. And so he's like, I think he said, I would love to see pretty much all white versus all black. And I think he probably thought people were going to take it a different way. You know what I mean? But people just had fun with it. Like, no one really got upset with it. Everyone was like, "Oh, let's go! This is fun!" Like,
exactly. It was like the opposite of a race war. Honestly.
Yeah, it was
like,
camaraderie.
This is a fun way to get people to talk about race in a non weird way. So anyway, here's my few takes. I feel like they're obvious. A few obvious ones to get out of the way. The black team would win, right? Or they would be the favorite.
There we go.
Right?
Yeah.
Heavy favorite.
I gotta root for my white boy. I see it.
Or no, I'm not. I'm about to get into how the white boys win. That's what I'm gonna follow up with. Like, I have a whole game plan. But I will say they're gonna be heavy underdogs. We're gonna be heavy underdogs in this one, right? Also, key areas where we lack, which is obvious. DBs, right?
For sure.
Who's guarding Tyreek? There is not I don't even think there's one white corner in the NFL. I don't even think there has been a white corner in the NFL since Seahorn.
I think someone just started this week. I forget who it was. I think maybe for the Chargers or something like that, just started a guy literally the week after all this came out for the first time in 25 years or something crazy. Yeah. But yeah, definitely not.
This has always been an argument that has been had just in general of who's better athletes, are black people better athletes than white people? And one thing that my former teammates would make would be I've never seen a white boy play corner. And that's the most athletic position on the field, athletically demanding, Right. Anyway.
But could you suit Christian McCaffrey up if you said, fuck, we got a dude.
A DB?
Playing both ways. He's got your bet. Who's going to play better DB than him on the white team? You can. Who?
I mean, safeties. We're taking safeties and we're moving them to corner. That's what we're doing.
I want Christian playing both ways.
All right, we're officially getting into the strategy for the white team. How we're going to pull off this upset.
Let's go.
All right, let's talk about the strengths of our team. All right.
Coaching.
Offensive line. Coaching. Yeah, we got Shanahan. Sure. Offensive line.
Every coach in the league besides two. We got a lot of minds.
Coach of the year's about to be black. D'Amico Ryans.
And where are we throwing Saleh? Is Saleh considered?
Oh, this is a big point, actually. This is a huge point. Will Compton made this
so
point.
Good. He's so funny.
What do we do with the half season? That was funny. And then also we get the Islanders.
Well, then the guy from the Ravens just said, I'd never been white in my life. On the flight home last night, he was on Instagram Live. He's like, I've never been white in my life. He's like, I'm playing for the All Blacks. I was like, aha, shit. that's valuable.
Tell him that he's never been black either.
Hey, not me. That's not my job.
But I feel him. But here's our strategy. We're going with a 3 tight end look. We're going to have goal line formation, essentially. Kittle.
Yes.
Right? We're going to have Kittle. We're going to have Hawkinson. We're going to have Kelsey.
Love that.
We're going to put the fullback in. We got Ricard from Baltimore for our runs, and we got Juice for our passes. Right?
Juice.
We're throwing the fullback in, and we're throwing McCaffrey there, and then we're going to have Cooper Kupp out wide.
Love that. Cooper Kupp. Wow.
That's it. One receiver.
That's pretty bold.
3 tight ends, 2 running backs, 32 personnel, 23 personnel, whatever they fucking call it. That's what we're doing. And we're fucking handing it off, and we're doing play action. That's it. And that's my whole strategy. Christian McCaffrey's going to have about 800 yards. We'll do tush push, too.
You didn't answer the most important question. Who's playing the QB?
Oh, it's got to be Josh Allen. And I don't love Josh Allen.
Picks heavy.
But we need to play power football. You know what I mean?
That's true. He's not afraid to.
And
he's not afraid to throw
scramble.
picks.
And dude, I want to be running QB power. Like, I want to play smash mouth fucking physical football. We're playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We're not going to outspeed them.
I love that.
It's going to have to come down to the physicality and the technique and the grit and the grind. That's all it's going to be.
And now, what's
defensively?
Exactly. I was going to say.
We're playing a cover 4. You know what I mean? Back up. Corners, just back up.
Nothing deep.
Safeties, you just back up. Nothing deep. Exactly. We'll rally and we'll tackle. That's it.
I like that. Dude, there were so many good memes about it, like the Bosa suiting up for the Rays game. It was like American History X shit. I mean, just incredible. So fucking good.
The Bosas have been waiting for this their whole life.
Literally training for this moment. But yeah, no, would be, but Ravens Niners is about as close as you're going to get between two teams in a race war game.
And we saw how that went.
We saw how that went. It was just,
and that put the bow on the whole Lamar versus Purdy thing. I mean, it just happened that next week. I didn't even plan for that.
Right.
I didn't even look at it. That was just awesome. But
yeah, no, that's tough. And it's, again, I don't know. I still don't know who I would choose to start a franchise over, but yeah. Well, we're about 55 minutes. Let's get into the draft, huh?
Let's do it, Jim.
Now today we're gonna be drafting presidents. No parameters. I was thinking this is never mind. Scratch it.
Well, I wanted to do a little, you know, how do you say it? Like a little disclaimer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? It's like we just because we pick these presidents don't mean that we fuck with everything that they did or that anything like that, you know. I mean, we're not saying that we love everything about him.
Exactly. Like Josh is going to pick Obama, and he has the most drone strikes at any president in history. So it's like we don't stand behind everything.
Bingo. That's exactly it. Perfect example. All right.
That's I love when people.
You don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know.
No, exactly.
You don't want anyone being like, "Yeah, we fuck with this person tough." It's just like we only can pick out of the presidents. It's not the best bunch.
You only got what you're dealt. But with that being said, let's start it off. I will give you number 1. And my bad for not posting the draft. Dude, I've been so off my game. I've been busy as fuck at work and just again, I don't know if you saw last week, didn't get my raise. So I'm taking the backseat at work. I'll be sure to carve out some time to get these graphics out.
Hey, now's your time to perform at your market value, Jim.
I told them that.
You know exactly. What I mean? You were performing above the market value.
Crazy.
Time to dial it back a little bit. If they're going to pay you with that, then that's the work they're going to get.
Exactly. 25% less than my team. That's how much less I'll be working. I'll be working a quarter less. But with that being said, let's get into these presidents. I will let you take the first fucking swing here once I get. There they are. All right.
Boom. First pick, easy one for me. Always been my fave for what I feel is some obvious reasons. Mr. Abe Lincoln.
Damn.
Now, is it because he was a great amateur wrestler? No. Is it because he wore an awesome top hat? No. Is it because he freed the slaves? No.
Wow. Why is it?
It's all of those things. Yeah.
I
was trying to come up with a good finish there. I didn't have one, but it's all those things, Jim. It's Abe Lincoln. Great time. Industrial Revolutionary era as well.
I'm bad with timelines, brother. 16. I know it was the 16th on the penny. Legend. I was again rocking the top hat this week, and with the beard, I was getting a lot of "you look like Abe Lincoln." So I was thinking about shaving the stash and maybe.
Right?
I took it as one.
Like, which president would you want dating your daughter?
Trump.
Honest Abe.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I mean, maybe. He's honest.
No, yeah, again, Honest Abe. Some people say he did the whole freeing the slave things for his own benefit. I don't know if he was just trying to win an election. It worked. But yeah, legend Abe. I remember when you told me he was a good wrestler. That first conversation, you're like trying to describe a president. I forget what game you were playing. You're like, he's a good wrestler. Like I'm supposed to know that Abe Lincoln's a fucking get the fuck
500. It's either 500. I think it was 501 as a amateur wrestler. So
that's a hell of a
he wasn't just a good wrestler. Yeah, he was GOAT level.
But yeah,
I think he
no,
was 6'5" back in the day. Average height was 5'5".
I didn't know that. Gave the Gettysburg Address. Wasn't that him?
Him and Denzel. Yep.
I think you might have that mixed up. Love that though. That's a good first pick. Abe. Well, let me cross him off my list. He would have been. I was going to take him one just because I knew you were going to snag him. Now I should take Barry O, but I won't. Now, just sidebar here. What are your thoughts on Michelle Obama being a dude? True or false? Have you heard these conspiracies?
False. Haven't heard this. No, I'm gonna go false.
Wow.
Have you seen that ass?
Have you seen a picture of her pregnant?
Negative.
Wow. Hey.
I've never seen a picture of your mom pregnant either. Though.
I can show you one though. No, that's the
I'm
Q.
Sure Barry could too, but we don't got access.
That's the new QAnon thing. Is that it's Big Mike is what they're calling her.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. It's hilarious. So bad. First pick.
I thought she was like the sexiest first lady I could think of.
That's actually crazy. But moving on.
Who else? She's like the youngest.
I think Melania is way hotter than her. No.
Oh, I don't even know what she looks like. I gotta look her up.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. I just
the only two that we know.
Recency bias because all of them look like fucking old hags back in the day. What the fuck?
Classic.
Shit. That's funny. All right, number one for me. I'm gonna go with the old conservationist, the bull moose himself, Teddy Roosevelt.
It's a great one, man. First president to ever leave the United States during his term in office.
Wow, I didn't know
Teddy
that.
Roosevelt. I use that one as trivia all the time.
That is good. I like that. I'm a Teddy guy too. He also went to, I think, like Brazil, and he went down the river Adalt, like an unknown. He wanted to map an unknown river in the Amazon, and just fucking went on a trick. Almost died of dysentery and smallpox and just horrible shit. But conservationists, like I said, started the national park system. It was a power move too. They were about to vote that he couldn't do that, and so right before they took the vote, he voted in the national park system and said, okay, you guys do what you want. Didn't tell him. They voted it in. He said, perfect, I'll sign off on. I can't do that anymore. Little did they know he'd already just signed over, like, I forget how many it was. But just an example of a guy big dicking things and it paying off in the right way. So Teddy Roosevelt.
And that was his line or whatever about foreign diplomacy or whatever, was speak softly, carry a big stick or something like that.
Yes, sir.
That was like that was his thing. So
and he's I won't give, I was gonna say something, but it would give away information for the next president. But anyways, Teddy Roosevelt, fucking legend. Lock it in.
Boom. All right, I'm gonna go with what do they call him? The grandfather of our nation, George W. Washington.
George W. Washington, huh?
No, I don't know. George Washington.
Love that.
A few reasons come to mind here. First one is that he was the first president.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. No, he was the first president, and because of that, he had the obligation of like doing the peaceful transfer of power, or like he could have stayed president or whatever, but then he decided to give it up.
Well, and the
something like that, right?
Yeah, the interesting thing about him is he didn't even want to be president. Like, it was pushed upon him, and I feel like that's the sign of who should be president. If you want to be president, you're a fucking asshole. I mean, who wants to be the leader of? I guess it wasn't then the free world, but like, still, like, who wants to be the person who wants to be in charge is never the person that should be in charge. That goes for just about everything in life.
He was just a general.
Yeah.
I mean, not just a general, like he was the general.
He was sick.
But like, yeah, I mean, he's just like, all right, the war's over. You're the guy. All right, cool. And then as soon as he could get out of there, he got out of there.
Yeah, had also good relations with the French too. What'd you say?
Kind of. When he died, he freed all his slaves or whatever. Kind of a coward pussy move, but respect at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, it's like, everyone had him. It's like,
nice gesture for history, though.
I guess. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get across.
That's what I'm saying. Pussy move.
He's just trying to get his name in the book at the end, that he was a good guy. And his fake wood teeth, those were slave teeth, brother.
Exactly.
but that's your president. That's your, hey, you picked him.
That's my guy. That's the father of our country.
But no, the sickest, crossing the Delaware. There's never like that. When I get a house, that painting will be in there. Him on the front of the boat, crossing the Delaware River, fucking freezing over. No one thought, the British didn't think he was gonna come. It was Christmas Day, and he just said, "Fuck it, boys, we're going. Get your shit on. Let's fucking go." And they surprised the Brits. Sick. I mean, George W. The leg.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, number 2.
Waiting on a good George Washington movie too, by the way.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Because Shane Gillis is a huge history buff. You know Shane Gillis? I'm just making sure. I want him to do a Revolutionary War comedy. How great would that be? Like, that'd
be so good.
And he's like,
dude, and I feel like all the comedians have been talking about doing a movie together for some time.
That's what I mean.
I know Rogan and Callan for sure have been talking about it.
But like, if they
could all the comedians in there
and just like part of writing it and like doing any old history, but I think the Revolution would be sick because you could have them in camp just like fucking around, but like then I don't know. I've been thinking.
Imagine Joe Rogan as George Washington. Yeah, no, that'd be sick.
Yeah, did you know George Washington was like 6'3" and a fucking ginge?
I didn't know the ginge part, but I knew he was a tall fella.
He was a tank for back in the day. But sick.
That's like fucking LeBron.
I know. He's sick.
Like these days, yeah.
All right, number 2 for me. Well, I think he's on the board. I'm just gonna take Barack Obama.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and I knew you didn't think I'd take him. That's part of the reason I'm taking him. It's just to fuck up your draft. But
I might fuck up yours right back, Jim.
Please do it. I dare you. No, but I mean, great speaker, statesman, CIA plan. Say what you want, but
I mean, be honest though, Jim. If there was any president that you could just like have lunch with, or
George Bush, George W.
Just hang out with. Smoke some weed with
George W. Bush, all of the above.
George W.
Yeah, he sounds like. I mean, not now. Now he's a little old, but like when they were president, W would be sick. I feel like he was just like.
I feel like he was the ultimate like let everyone else do your job.
Exactly. Well, Dick Cheney.
Okay.
Dick Cheney ran the country then, but everything I feel like was going over his. He was just he was just the face. You know what I mean? Just let's go. Oh sure. Wow. There goes Josh. That sucks. Let's pause here. All right back to it. All good. I was just finishing up Obama. Now round 3, back to you.
God, you took some of the good ones out there. You really did. You took some of the good ones out there.
Well, you got 43 more.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, give me Eisenhower.
Dwight D. Now I don't know too much about Dwight.
I got to be honest, I don't either. But once upon a time, I think he was like World War II-ish, right? Like either right before, or right after Franklin D. Roosevelt. I think somewhere in that mix. Probably after FDR or something. I don't know
because the Depression would have been before the war.
On a military base, he gave my grandma a ride.
Wow.
And kissed her on the cheek. I think this was before he was president. Maybe it was during, but I think it was before. But he kissed my grandma on the cheek, gave her a ride, and Eisenhower, you're all good in my books, man.
Now, let me ask you: is there any chance in the world that you are the grandson of Dwight D. Eisenhower?
Dude, he looks kind of like my grandpa. If my grandpa was like half his size. Like he kind of looks like I could be related to him. I'm not gonna lie. Now this is a conspiracy theory. Is Eisenhower Ashkenazi Jew?
Wow, I don't. Does he look like it? This is gonna be your call here, brother.
Up here on the draft, so I don't know. I see an eerie resemblance.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like again another one I'm not too sure of. But going off of that,
my godfather. Sorry to bring the chimes here, but my godfather back in the day, whenever he'd come visit me, would say, "I'm your real dad." Ask your mom. I'm your real dad.
That's really funny. And as a kid, you don't get it, but like growing up, it's like, wow, what a sick fuck. What a sick fuck. Number three, going off what you said, I'm going to go with FDR. Franklin Delano,
Yeah,
or is it Delano? I never know what to say.
I don't know.
But another one of the Roosevelts. Wow, I got two Rooseys on the family. The New Deal, getting us out of the Great Depression. I mean, check, check. I think he might have served 3 terms. He the one that served 3 terms.
I think he might serve 4.
Wow, even sicker. But yeah, I mean, just a ledge, and got to stay in the family. Got the Rose. I got 2 Rosies and an Obama. I mean, this is shaping up nicely for me. But again, I don't really know too much. My American history is not what it used to be. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
So,
same. I'm kind of running out of guys here,
you're good. You're good.
but I got guys. Don't worry.
Hit us. Number 4.
Give me James A. Garfield.
What did this?
Great beard.
Hated Mondays. Love lasagna.
I don't know what that means.
Not a Garfield fan?
He was assassinated 200 days into his presidency. So I think he had the shortest term, but man, like efficient, right?
I mean, I guess efficient, efficient out of the office. But wow, I didn't know. So there was a string.
Was that my last pick? It was.
No,
right?
no, you got one more after that.
Okay.
But that's a bold move, taking a guy. I mean, you know what they say, die a hero, live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He was just getting out of there. He was a hero in your eyes.
Literally. Hey, he didn't fuck it up. You know, my dad used to tell whenever I would have maybe a game where I didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, 0 turnovers.
Hey,
0 turnovers, buddy. Hey,
better than a bad stat line.
You know what I mean? I don't think Garfield started any wars. I don't think he did nothing.
Could you imagine if he just
Less
started?
is more as president. Less is more.
If he started 2 wars and during his 200 days, and he just said, "Hey guys, fuck it, get me out of here."
Efficiency. Back to the efficiency point. Then. Back to the efficiency.
Love
point.
that though. Garfield. I was going Garfield the cat with the hates Mondays, love lasagna.
I know. I thought you were, but I didn't know it. Like I didn't know that show really.
It's all good. Hey, all good, man. Now I'm getting, because I know who's going to be my last pick.
Do you?
I do. Now I'm bouncing between 2 for this one. Now, there's one that Seth would say is the greatest president ever. Or there's another one that also got shot, but got. I think I would go. Yeah, JFK. Ruined his wife's dress with his brains on it, but goddamn, he was obviously onto something, because they took him and old Bobby Boy out pretty quickly.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, but got out of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
What
did
do
a
you
few
think
good
they were
things.
on? What do you think they were up to? Why did they get killed?
I think he gave a speech about the military-industrial complex, and he just seemed like he wasn't about the status quo. And I don't know if there was anything in particular, but it seemed like, hey, we got this family. They got brothers in a bunch of different states becoming governors. There's just too much. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's too much power. They used to be fucking bootleggers. They're kind of scummy themselves. I don't know. I feel like a perfect storm to get capped.
Yeah.
But
I hear that. I hear that.
But yeah, JFK. I mean, and it gave
also
us
their grandfather was a bootlegger during the Prohibition.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, just a scumbag.
Scumbag.
But
Sorry,
I mean, how could you have not? No, I said they were bootleggers, but I was kind of talking fast. But how could you trust them back in the day? I mean, they're going against government then. Why wouldn't they go against government now? It's always what they've been about.
Yeah. Well, isn't that? I mean, that's what some voters are looking for, Jim.
And that's why you're gonna choose with your 5th pick. Do it to him.
All right, I got to do it with my last pick. Woodrow Wilson.
You're such a pussy.
Served as president from 1913 to 1921. He's the one that in 1917, convinced Congress that we could no longer remain neutral in World War I.
So this guy had a great isolationist policy.
It sounds like you're almost reading this.
Pretty much. But I do have to say, in general, I'm a big isolationist when it comes to foreign policy. If I was in charge, let's just handle ours.
Now, okay.
I don't know if it's that simple, but
would you shut down the border then if you're into isolationism?
Is it not shut down?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, like, is it like shut?
Brother,
like we have a border.
Like, how would you secure your border if you want an isolationist country? I mean, that's kind of step one, no?
It sounds below my pay grade, to be honest. I say we need safe country. You guys figure out how the fuck we get it done.
Would you put a border wall up? I mean,
do I work for border
President
no,
President Josh?
President.
Would you like a border wall? We can get it done. Is this something you would like?
Jim, you want to know what's funny? So, you know me, I'm not a huge Trump guy, right? And I think a lot of that shit is just to rile up those emotional racial feelings that people have. So you can
I don't even think it's racial feelings. I think it's just feelings.
Nothing he does is to drum up racial feelings?
It's hard pressed to say racial feelings. I don't think so.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Not important to the point I'm about to make. Not important to the point I was going to make. Back in the day, we had to look at the candidates that we wouldn't vote for or whatever, and then talk about their policies, what you agree with, what you don't agree with.
Right.
And the wall was the only thing that I was like, well, it doesn't sound like that bad of an idea.
Especially down in San Diego where you're living. Hey, this sounds pretty fucking...
well, I mean, we need a border, right? So a wall, a fucking fence, whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of lefties, my people, they fall short on that issue. They're like, we don't need a border, yada yada.
Well, I think the real issue is 95% of us are in the middle where we're logical and we think, hey, yeah, you probably need to keep some people out of your country. This can't be a free for all. And that's on every issue. And then you have the 2.5% on either side that are way wild, that are spewing some shit, but you have to group yourself in one camp or the other. And it's like,
Woodrow Wilson, 95%er.
Love
that's why he's my bro.
Hey, legend. Woody.
Hey, should we start a new party, Jim? The 95%ers?
The 95%. Hey, but like I said, if you want to be in power,
middle on every issue. Hey, how do you feel about it?
Filibuster everything. Brother. We're just here to have a good time. It's the libertarian. It's a new take on the libertarian. New take on the Libertarian Party. I love that. Well, number 5. Shoot, I think I got the best of both worlds here. I got Barry O, and I'm taking number 45 and 47, Donald J. Trump. I mean, just a legend of the game. Now, what I will say is, I think if he would have just stayed off of social media, he would have had a way better presidency. And because say what you want, economy looked good. And it's obviously it's going to be Obama's economy that he inherited that was so good, but Joe Biden's economy that was so good that he inherited was all Joe Biden's doing. So whatever way you cut it, it's always going to be someone else's doing for every president. But I do like just the old shakeup. You got people in government on their toes. He's fucking firing people. It's this, it's that.
Entertainment value.
And honestly, what'd you say?
No, the entertainment value for people like us who don't necessarily love politics, but it's
and that's the other thing. I could give 2 fucks. It is just, it's hilarious to see him and watch other people squirm and get so upset. 'Cause I grew up a fan of pro wrestling, so it's I've seen the shticks before. You know what I mean? You see what's going on. Colby Covington, you see it coming. It's just people get upset. It's holy smokes. And I get he's the president, probably shouldn't be doing it, but still fucking hilarious.
It's either going to get you a lot of votes on this vote, or it's going to get me a lot of votes.
But I have Barack too, so people are gonna be I don't know what to do here. But that's it. Let me read this back real quick. This is a fun one. Josh, you want Abe Lincoln, George Washington, Dwight D. Eisenhower, James Garfield, and Woodrow Wilson. I went Teddy Roosevelt, Barack Obama, FDR, JFK, and Trump.
Wow.
That's a good list.
I think this is a clean sweep, Jim. I don't think people even know any of my presents. I barely know.
That's so funny though. But
I
again,
clearly fell off after my first 2 picks. I was like, let's just fucking.
The great divider, 45, may push people onto Abe Lincoln. You never know.
Exactly.
I love it. But shit, that's it. That's the podcast. Thank you guys for doing this with us. And until next time, adios.
Peace.